Where are we now? Number 3, Panama to Australia. Pape'ete, Anchorage, just outside Panama City. De las Perlas Islands. Contadora, Anchorage. La Esmeralda. Then out to the Galapagos Islands. San Cristobal, Wreck Bay, Santa Cruz, Porto Ayora, and Isabella. Our next stop was on Iva-Oa in the Marquesas Islands. Then on to Batu Hiva. Our one and only stop in the Tuamotu atolls was Takaroa. We moved on to Tahiti and Moorea. We stopped in Mahina, Pape'ete, outside the Marina Taina, and then on to Cook's Bay on Moorea.
First real close look at Bora Bora covered in cloud. Get that, Bora Bora? Good load, right?
And the waters inside the lagoon at Bora Bora would have to be some of the nicest water we've ever had the privilege of dropping our anchor in. Abatui Harbour, Rarotonga in the Cook Islands. We stopped at the beautiful island of Niue. One of the highlights of our stay at Niue was a visit by a magnificent pod of humpback whale.
Here goes the tail, come on. Hello. Look at sticking the head up and have a look. There's the bull. Look at this. He's going to stick his tail up. Look at that. Beautiful.
Another great memory of the island of Niue was making landfall in the dinghy, where we had to lift our dinghy out on the crane on the commercial dock, and this time some local wharfies gave us a hand. Our next stop was the Kingdom of Tonga to sample what this island group had to offer. This included a traditional feast put on by a fantastic host. Almost every morning we could hear the locals practicing their choir in that church at the head of our anchorage, so we came back to see what it was about. We came to the conclusion that these people were born to sing. Then after the Kingdom of Tonga was on to Savu Savu in Fiji, and in doing so we managed to cross the international date line where west becomes east. We managed to pick up a mooring in Annecam Creek, just outside the copra shed on Sabu Sabu. After several overnight stops getting there, we dropped our anchor in Saweni Bay on Fiti Levu, the large island of Fiji. Walks along the beach of Saweni Bay was the order of the day. It's hard to escape friends as you enter the Buddha Point Marina and they're sitting at the bar as you come in past them. We got to tie up to the mooring in the middle of the marina as they hauled us out the next morning for a quick scrub down, fresh coat of anti-foul and back in the water the following day. This was a very moving moment for us on Annecam, as the staff at the Buddha Point Marina sang the farewell song to us.
Banaka. Absolutely beautiful.
Our next landfall, as we sailed west across the Pacific Ocean, was Tanner Island in Vanuatu, and the volcano, Mount Yasur, gave us a very hot welcome. This would be Annecam on Tanner Island. Another highlight of this journey of ours as we sailed across the Pacific is when Sam and Andrew, a couple of locals in the Wasisi Bay, invited us in to meet the village. We really were made to feel like royalty as the children were sitting on palm fronds and they had two chairs, one for Annie and one for myself, in front of them. And they wanted to know our story of how we got there and where we were going. We gave the children some toy koala and kangaroos and gave the older ones some fish hooks and lures. The village presented Annie with some beautiful handcrafts which we still have today. These are an extremely proud people who are so happy and welcoming to us as visitors to their land. Our next port of call was Weh on the island of Lifu, part of New Caledonia. We hoist the Kanak flag for this part of New Caledonia. The rest is the French tricolour. This is a shot from Annecam inside the Weh Marina. We have a bit of shore time in Weh on Lifu. This is one of many of the anchorages that we chose on the east side of New Caledonia. We finally make it to Yamea in New Caledonia. This would be our final landfall here in New Caledonia, but it was going to have a little twist. We were going to stay a little bit longer than expected. We met a lovely French couple, Anne and Elaine, along with their son, Artur, in the last island of Lifu, and they asked us to look them up when we got to Yamea. We did, and they took us on a tour.
Give me a wave. You're on the GoPro. You'll go on YouTube. How are you, Richard? Good to see you.
Krista and Richard were anchored in front of us on Lifu.
How are you, Krista? Thank
The delay in our departure was due to me getting a very badly infected leg and foot, where I finished up in hospital for quite some time. Nurse Natalie, along with the rest of the staff in this hospital, were fantastic and looked after me exceptionally well. The doctors and the specialists keep telling me that they were going to let me out and discharge me the following day. This went on for over a week. All of the staff, the nurses and the doctors were extremely professional and gave first-class service. we finally said goodbye to New Caledonia.
We finally got into Australian territorial waters. Yahoo!
Yes, we're home.
One more night at sea.
Yep.
Australians all let us rejoice.
For we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Hello, Gert and Hiker.
Annie does the happy dance.